Hey guys, so I uploaded a video on my second channel yesterday, I believe, as I'm posting this. Unless something gets delayed, then that'll be all in the description down below. Anyway, there's a second video on the second channel as we speak. So Instagram, Twitter, follow me on there. It's a fun time. And everything else in the description that you guys might need. Now let's get into the video. So I recently spoke about Nikki Tutorials. Nikki Tutorials is, if you guys for some reason don't know, one of the bigger beauty gurus. She's got like 5 million subscribers. 3. She's got a lot of subscribers, and she recently came out as transgender, which was a huge video for her. It started off as kind of a more negative video because she was blackmailed into filming that video because she didn't want someone else to be able to say that they were the ones to expose her as if she did anything wrong. So she kind of took that and made the video and came out before she was ready, which is unfortunate, but obviously I would rather that come from her than from someone blackmailing her because they don't deserve that kind of attention. And then she received a lot of praise from people. There was obviously some negativity, aka two-faced trash, but she received a lot of praise from people. She even got invited to a lot of interviews and, you know, talk shows and stuff, and she said no to every single one except for the Ellen show. And she went on the Ellen show and she she seemed very happy just doing the Ellen show thing. And then she went on a Dutch talk show where she was asked about the Ellen show, and she said it was very different to this talk show, and she said that she means it in favor of this Danish show rather than Ellen Degeneres. They were like, oh, what happened? And she said that, you know, at least you say hi to me before we film. She didn't do that, and that was kind of where they ended that. And I recently watched a Sebastian Williams video, and I was also sent it in my DMs, where he bought a magazine in which Nikki Tutorials did an interview. It was, I believe, a Danish magazine. I think it was called NC, and she spilt the tea. She said that she wasn't even allowed to go to the toilet because all the toilets were booked up for, like, there were private toilets and bathrooms for other guests that Ellen clearly thought were more important. So we have realized over the time that Ellen Degeneres has this weird obsession with only showing respect to A-list celebrities. She only spoke to the interns. She never really got to speak to Ellen before the show started. So when she was like, can I go to the toilet? They were like, no, there's bathrooms booked up for the Jonas Brothers. And then Nikki Tutorials threw some damn shade. She was like, it's mental that clearly the Jonas Brothers got this like private bathroom just for them and I didn't because they are A-list celebrities. But my interview got 8 million views and theirs got 2, which it only just goes to show how much people still disrespect YouTubers and how much people still don't see like the power behind social media. I think nowadays, if you were to give a celebrity like a product to sell and an influencer a product to sell, the influencer would sell so much more of that product because they just have so much more influence. No wonder they're called influencers. But yeah, I just think people need to start kind of respecting YouTube for what it is, as much as it's not like a big production of movies and TV shows. It holds a lot of weight. It holds its own weight. Never mind. I mean, YouTube's great, you know? Not all YouTubers are great, but we're not all that bad, you know? So recently on Twitter, I was sent a few screenshots of Jeffree Star conversations. So what happened was Jeffree Star posted videos and, well, he posted a picture of him and a makeup artist that did his makeup. And I think he posted some Instagram stories as well. And people, well, by people, I mean one girl called him out and said, that doesn't look like social distancing to me. And he replied, and obviously had to snap on this girl. Cami runs all my social media for Jeffree Star Cosmetics and has been living at my house for weeks temporarily. She's all alone and her family plus single mum are all in New Jersey. Please go judge someone else because you don't know what's happening in my house. And let me just, before I kind of continue with the conversation, just because someone calls you out and they're wrong because, you know, whatever, doesn't mean you have to like reply like this. Because, you know, when we see pictures of people hanging out, we don't always know who lives with who or who's staying with who, because if they're not like your family, we don't automatically assume that they're living with you. You know, with what the times are like right now, if I see a makeup artist at a YouTuber's house, I'm gonna assume that they're just not social distancing and I'm gonna call them the out. So this girl simply just said like, this doesn't look like social distancing to me. And how is she supposed to know that he has his employees living at his house? Like, we just don't know that. And she had every right to call him out. And she wasn't even like mean, that's the thing. She just said, love you, but that's not social distancing. This is clearly a fan. And she put a sad face. There was no like sarcasm to this or anything. She just said, love you, but that's not social distancing, because people are terrified and worried. And he just goes, oh, like, please go judge someone else because you don't know what's happening in my house. Well, no one's judging you. We're just saying that's not social distancing. And things, we don't even know if what you're saying is true. Like, at the end of the day, you could just be lying about people staying with you. I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying you could be. But also, we had no way to know who's living with you. And maybe you should have just, you know, as a little thingy said, don't worry guys, she lives with me. We're social distancing. Just to be safe. But no, you go snap on your fans. She started the tweet with, love you. This is why Jeffree Star Star's fans have been almost brainwashed into not criticizing him because this is the kind of treatment they get. Like, they cannot say a single bad thing about Jeffree Star without being blocked, humiliated, or just roasted on the internet. So I'm assuming his fans at this point, they just kind of got like brainwashed into being like, oh no, Jeffree is fine. Everything Jeffree's doing is good. We're not going to criticize him. No. So then she replied saying, okay, I'm a fan of you and support your brand, but why did you give an attitude about it? Could have simply said, don't worry, she's been living with me for weeks. They literally said they love you. I don't know, the tone might have been received wrong over Twitter, but it seems kind of rude, not gonna lie. And he said, if you think that's an attitude, the real world is gonna be very tough for you. Lol. I simply responded to someone. Sorry, it's not in the exact text tone that you prefer. She said, oh my god, hey, hope you didn't take my rude, was just a thought. Anyways, keep being safe and cautious. I don't know, still love you, LMAO. See, this is why his fans are genuinely a part of a cult. They are brainwashed into thinking that they are always in the wrong and that Jeffree Star is always in the right. And they feel like to be considered a fan of him, they have to accept being disrespected. And that is some of the most gross I've seen. She literally told you, like, the way you could have phrased this, you knew you were giving them attitude. You knew that. You know when you're typing this out what kind of a tone you're using. You could have literally said, don't worry, she's been living with me for weeks. Smiley face, love you. They're your fans. Treat them with some kind of respect. The fact that you have this mansion where all your employees can live, and the fact that you have all this Birkin bags and whatever else you have, is purely because these people decided to give you that. Have some respect. I'm not saying, because there is this like weird notion that like fans are allowed to do whatever they want with YouTubers because like we gave you this platform, which it goes too far sometimes. Like when people show up at people's houses, for example, Bretman Rock recently posted on Instagram that he is sick and tired of people showing up to his house. I don't know if you guys remember, but last year when it was his dad's funeral, fans showed up and expected pictures and then were mad when he didn't take pictures with them. And when people called them out, they were still like, yeah, but like we're fans of him, so he should be able to give us a picture. No, too far. Don't show up at people's houses. Don't tell people they should and shouldn't be spending money on. You know, just simple respect, common decency. But when you know that you wouldn't have the money that you have and the opportunities that you have without your fans, and you then go and disrespect them, any opportunity you get, you don't deserve what you have. And I'm going to say this now, loud and clear. I don't think Jeffree Star, for the person that he is, deserves the kind of success that he has. He sure works hard, he's clearly determined, he knows how to run a business, but his character and the way he treats people disgusts me. And the way he treats the people that put him in this position, and then he'll do like one good thing and be like, see, I made up for it. So yeah, anyway. So about social distancing, there is this family channel called KKandbabyJ who have recently been kind of clickbaiting stuff a lot, which I'm kind of a fan of clickbait. I mean, do whatever you want. As long as you actually do the thing that's in the title to some extent, I'm fine with it. Get that coin. But they posted a video and the title was confirming her pregnancy, which makes it seem like the mum of that family is confirming her pregnancy. But what happened was, this was filmed a week ago, bear that in mind, and it is confirming her friend's pregnancy, and her friends were over at their house when a week ago we were already deep in lockdown and deep in social distancing. So if this was like 2 months ago, sure, perfect, cool. But because this was a week ago when we were already like struggling and in like lockdown, mental. I don't know what people don't understand with like don't invite your friends over. I don't know. Anyway, mainly that, you know, she's pregnant as well. Like when you're pregnant, you are part of like the group of people that are more at risk than not. So use brain, common sense, please. So recently Tana Mongeau tweeted out about a hotline. So she's got this like phone number. A lot of YouTubers have been doing this, where they have like a phone number and people can text it and they can have conversations with their fans. And she promoted it with this tweet. Okay, drumroll please. Introducing the Tana Mongeau hotline. I've been bored during this quarantine and I'm so excited to text you all. Get ready for everything. Nudes? Text me. And then she puts the number down. People were kind of like a little bit like, maybe skip out on the nudes, that'll be nice. Yeah, I know that her fans are maybe a little bit older now, but there is still some like teenagers there. Like most of her fans are probably in those like teen years where they don't need to be seeing your nudes. I mean, they're already seeing them on Instagram, but I don't know what she means by nudes. Is it like nudes or is it like Instagram nudes? Because it's a little weird. But adding on to that, her ex-husband did a very similar thing, except it's more disgusting. So I'm not gonna put the picture here because I will literally be deleted off the face of YouTube, but he posted a picture of himself not wearing any clothes, and he put a shrimp emoji over his shrimp, and the caption says 3 million likes and I'll make an OnlyFans. If you guys know, mainly OnlyFans is used for explicit pictures and the purchase of explicit pictures, and his fans are about the age of like 11. His fans are so young, despite what he's trying to push. We've seen your fans, we've seen the kind of people that you attract, we've seen at meet and greets, and you know, when you were still going to VidCon before you got banned, at your house, in like videos and vlogs. We see the kind of of people and the age group that's walking up to you and the people that defend you, and they are not above the age of like 13 99% of the time. So that is just grim, gross, disgusting, probably illegal. Who asked you to do that? Is quarantine so bad? Like, is your CPM so bad? Are the views so low that you need to have an OnlyFans where you sell pictures to 11-year-olds? Like, I have no problem with OnlyFans before someone tries to come for me in the comment section. Have an OnlyFans, but sell it to consenting adults that know what they're buying and receiving, and they're doing it because that's what they want to do, and not 11-year-old fans that probably will feel compelled to pay for your OnlyFans. That's disgusting and scarring. Please don't do that. And then about Tana Mongeau. Tana Mongeau's last episode of the MTV show came out of season 2. I'm hoping she doesn't have a season 3 because oh my God. So in the last episode that I spoke about in my last video, I'll put the Tana Mongeau videos in description down below because I go over season 1 and season 2 episode by episode in those videos, so you guys can kind of catch up if that's what you need to do. But in the last episode, she was coming out with her perfume, so she went to talk to Paris Hilton, but she also had this debacle that Imari was getting a nose job and she wanted to be there with him for surgery, and he was going to Las Vegas to do it, whereas her manager is in LA and her perfume is being released on the same day that Imari has his surgery. So she was wondering if she could go to Las Vegas and if Jordan, her manager, could come with her to Las Vegas while they're dropping this perfume. And Jordan said, no, I'm going to stay in the office because that's where I can do my work if anything was to go wrong. You go to Las Vegas. And then she goes and meets up with Paris Hilton and she's like, hey, my friend is getting a nose job and I'm releasing my perfume on the same day. I want to go to Las Vegas to support him. And Paris Hilton literally said to her, when you are a businesswoman, there are sacrifices you need to make. And I think when you are releasing your perfume and you want it to go right, you need to be in LA with your manager just in case things go wrong. And what did Tana Mongeau do? She went to Las Vegas to take care of Imari. And then she had a situation with the Airbnb where she was held at gunpoint, which completely understand that might be, you know, traumatic, but she didn't take care of Imari at all. He had to take care of himself, and then Trevor had to come in from LA and take care of him because Tana Mongeau couldn't be asked to get up in the morning. So on the launch of her perfume, people were trying to wake her up for hours. Like the producers of the MTV show were banging on the door trying to wake her up, and she just wouldn't. So when things were starting to kind of go a bit wrong, she was supposed to be there, she was trying to, you know, she was supposed to be promoting this perfume, this launch, she just wasn't. She was just asleep. So not only did she not take care of the launch of her product, she also just didn't take care of Imari. So she didn't do any of the 2 things that she was supposed to do. In my last video, I spoke about the video that she made where she spoke about her mental health issues and why she is the way she is. And I once again fell for it. Once again, she caught me in the trap. She caught me by the neck and she was like, you're gonna feel bad for me, and I felt bad for her and I regret every second. I mean, I don't, because I do feel bad for her. Hear me out. Like, I do feel bad for her. I think she had an awful childhood and awful teenage years, but she's not doing anything to fix it. She's still unprofessional. She still has zero respect for people. She doesn't take this job seriously. Like the fact that you had one job to do, which is like wake up for your launch and probably do a little bit of promo, and you couldn't even do that. You slept through it all. And then on top of that, you wanted to take care of Imari. You drove with him to surgery, and then you left him all alone and had someone else fly in or drive in. I don't know if Trevor I don't know if Trevor drove in or he flew in, but he came in clutch and took care of Imari. And Tana Mongeau came into Imari's room and was like, hey, I'm sorry. And then he was like, oh yeah, I mean, you're trash, but thanks. She was like, oh, but you know, it's all Jordan's fault. And then she started blaming on everyone but herself. And once again, it's the like pushing the narrative a different way. Like, oh, this isn't my fault. This is MTV editing me wrong. This isn't my fault. It's my parents' fault. This isn't my fault. At some point, you have to take a certain level of accountability for your actions. I mean, I get that there are definitely things and circumstances that have led to you being the way you are, but you are an adult, you are 21, you have a lot of money, and you can use that money to pay for insurance and go to the psychologist and go to therapy. I just, at this point, I'm kind of tired. So in that video, she said that MTV was editing her wrong, and for some odd reason, I believed her. I was like, oh yeah, she must be saying the truth, because she did say that they filmed like hundreds of hours and that they, you know, had to edit it down to half an hour, and I know how reality shows work. They're fake. So I believed her, like the idiot that I am. I am embarrassed too, don't worry. Don't worry, you don't have to say it. I'm embarrassed. How can you edit this wrong, right? Like, how can you edit her not waking up for her own launch of her product, so having zero respect for her fans, and then her not helping out her friend that she promised to help out? She literally said to his parents, you don't have to take care of him, I will. And then she left him all alone. You can't edit that out. You can't edit that wrong. There is nothing there that you could like manipulate and edit wrong. Also, I watched Smokey Glow's video on this, which I heavily agree with. And she said that when they do the jumps between what's happening in the recording and then the confession booth thing, you know what I mean, like the where they talk about the situation, Tana Mongeau is filming that later on, because you can tell by the haircut that she got that confessional booth recording is weeks after they filmed the launch of the perfume and the Amari situation. So they couldn't edit that wrong because she had the chance in the confession booth a few weeks later to say it wasn't as bad as it seems and then go and explain it, but she didn't, because that's exactly what happened. There is nothing there that she could explain differently. You left your friend and you left the launch on everyone else's shoulders because you needed to sleep. The next piece of tea is Jaclyn Hill. So Jaclyn Hill recently didn't disclose an affiliate link. So she said that what helps her with anxiety is coloring books, and she's like buying coloring books and markers and stuff. I did that as well now. I bought coloring books and coloring pencils, and I'm gonna sit like a 50-year-old woman, 60, 70, 50's not that old, 70-year-old woman, and I'm gonna colour my colouring books because anxiety. So that's not a big deal. But she said, oh, you know, you can use these ones that I buy, you can buy them, and she linked Amazon. But someone realised, I think it was Gigi Spilled the Tea on Twitter, realised that when you swipe up, it does that quick like switch thing that shows it's an affiliate link where it goes through one website to another website quickly, so it shows that it's an affiliate link. So it was an undisclosed, technically sponsorship in a way, because she will make money from you buying those markers, but she didn't tell you that she's going to make money from those markers, which is illegal. And instead of addressing that, she's once again pushing the narrative of people are calling me fat. So she posted this picture with a burger, and she was like, this is to all the people that are calling me fat, essentially was the like narrative of that picture, and every single comment was positive. And someone actually said like, there are no negative comments here, there are no comments calling you fat, there are no comments in any pictures recently calling you fat. And if there are one or two, yeah, that's how YouTube goes. It's kind of a sad life, but like, you're gonna every now and then get a comment that tells you to yourself, and that's just how things go. I'm not gonna like focus on it because I'm literally gonna go insane. But the thing is, when the majority of the comments are positive, you need to focus on that. And it's crazy that she almost gaslights people into like, oh, I didn't disclose an affiliate link, oh wait, let me just roast you guys for calling me fat. Instead of just saying, hey guys, I accidentally didn't disclose an affiliate link, I'm so sorry, didn't mean it. She does this all the time, where whenever something happens where she doesn't, you know, a launch goes wrong, or she disappears off the face of the internet, or does something along those lines, she will then come back and just gaslight all of her fans, and she will say things that are so personal and like sensitive that if you then go and criticize her for the things that she's done, it will look like you are the evil person in this situation, like you're the villain, when in reality she just has really bad launches. She lies to people, she's here to shill the product and sell and sell and sell and make money and sell further. So I'm just kind of tired of the gaslighting. Like, I get that it might be a little bit, you know, sad when people call you fat and stuff, but this happens to absolutely everyone. There are so many plus size YouTubers that are consistently being called fat on a regular basis, and they just choose to ignore those comments because what's the point? What's the point of focusing on the few negative comments when you have hundreds and hundreds of people still believing your bullshit? Oh my god, like imagine being so unappreciative. Like, you have one comment calling you fat, and then you have thousands of people buying your products after you sold them lipsticks with metal shards in them. I would be so appreciative of just like people believing my bullshit. I'd be like, wow, I am the luckiest girl in the world that I can sell people contaminated lipsticks and they will still give me 2 million views a video, and they will still buy my Morphe palette. And the next piece of tea is Trisha Paytas. Trisha Paytas recently filmed a few videos. So she filmed a video about her breakup with Gila's brother, and then she filmed a video about Alex Warren. I'll get into that. So Trisha Paytas started dating. She was supposed to be on Ethan and Gila's podcast for the Bachelor thing that they do, the Bachelor series, and she started dating Gila's brother, and then they started complaining about the fact that she ruined the show for them, when she in the video said that Gila's brother was supposed to be one of the bachelors anyway. So that makes no sense. And then I watched a different video from, I believe, Creepshow Arts, and she said that it seems almost like Gila and Ethan are in on this with Trisha Paytas because their podcasts and videos on Trisha do crazy numbers compared to their other videos, like 5 to 10 times more views consistently. Like, other videos will have 50,000 views, maybe 100,000. Trisha Paytas, 700,000 views. So it almost seems like this is very much planned by both sides. And here is Trisha Paytas's fake mental breakdown. She's once again crying and stuff, and she's blaming them for using this for views, but I think she's in on it just secretly. Apparently he broke up with her on podcast. Mental. I think this whole thing is so strange. I've never been a fan of the H3H3 podcast. I don't watch it. I don't care for it. I don't know, Gila seems nice, but Ethan kind of annoys me. No offense. He just kind of annoys me. And I think this is so strange because he was always one of these, like, not pretentious, but one of these like YouTubers that would call other people out for making content and fake pranks and stuff, and it almost seems like he's doing it himself now for views. So it's like, you make videos about people for doing things until you're desperate enough to do them yourself, and then no one can criticize you for them. I guess the views are running a little bit low for him to do this. Anyway, so she kind of makes a video on that and how they broke up for no reason. So that happened. And then she made a video on Alex Warren. Alex Warren is part of the Hype House, and she made a video where she basically just said that he DM'd her, and that was like a 15-minute long video of just him DMing her saying that they all love her, like in the Hype House. And then she was getting really excited over these teenagers. I'm not saying it's illegal because some of them are like 19, 20, but some of them are 15. She was like, oh, I might be part of the Hype House now. Do you want to film OnlyFans content with me? Like, leave these teenagers alone, please. Let them just do their thing. They were just being nice to you. Please don't. And she was also almost doing it to spite the Vlog Squad for kicking her out, because, and I'm going to mention this in a different video because I'm running out of time, but Alex Warren seems to be very much inspired by David Dobrik. So the Hype House is supposed to be basically a copy of Team 10 and the Vlog Squad, and she was kicked out of the Vlog Squad. She doesn't really have any YouTube friends, so she's clearly just trying to get in on a group of people. But I just think she should leave these teenagers alone. It's so strange. Like, you're literally, she's like 30 something, right? Like 30 few years old. Don't hang out with teenagers. That's so weird. Please leave them alone. Anyway, we're gonna end this video here. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below anything, comment down below, and subscribe because I post videos whenever something happens. So hit that bell and be notified, and you'll be notified when that's happening. Second channel and social media links in description, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.